Costas Christ is an internationally renowned expert in sustainable tourism. He's an award-winning writer and editor at large at the National Geographic Traveler. Costas believes passionately that tourism, if properly planned and managed, can be a powerful tool to provide opportunities for protecting nature and sustaining the well-being of local communities. Costas is president of Beyond Green Travel, operates a consulting division, has been for several years the chairman, the leader of the judges for WTTC's Tourism for Tomorrow Award. What's new this past 12 months that you've been happy about?
I think what I'm happy about, Charlie, is from the time we had that interview a number of years ago, is that the issues of sustainable tourism are now getting the attention at a much higher level of the industry than we've ever had before, and that's encouraging to me. Does it mean we're there, that it's all good? No, we still have a ways to go. But for example, at the World Travel and Tourism Council Summit this year again, there will be plenary sessions, including chief executive officers of some of the top companies in the world talking about these issues of sustainability when it comes to giving back to the planet.
They're on the path. It's a never-ending trail, and you're right. What are you not so happy about or disappointed in this last year or last few years?
Overall, Charlie, on the sustainability front, I feel pretty good about it. Yes, I'd like it to go faster. I wish we could move quicker down this road, but I think it's been more positive than negative. I think when it comes to the not so happy part, I'd like to see the cruise sector embrace these issues more. I think the airline industry is trying hard. They're making some very good steps forward, but there's still some ways to go there. I think the front end of sustainability is being driven primarily by the tour operators and the hotel sector, not only, but certainly that's where a lot of it's happening.
How much of the cruise industry do you think how much of it are engaging on this issue and earnestly working on it?
I think more and more, but for example, there are just still a handful of companies that are really embracing sustainability in what I would call a serious way. We see, for example, Royal Caribbean is now, playing a much larger role within their own corporate structure to try and address sustainable initiatives. They've appointed in the last 2 years, a global environmental officer. So we're seeing that. Celebrity
Carnival?
Cruises. Carnival, no.
Gorilla?
No.
Okay.
Carnival, I think I would love to see Carnival move more in this direction. I think that ultimately that's going to happen. I mean, frankly, what I believe is that there is not going to be a sector of the industry that's going to be able to avoid sustainability. And those industry sectors that understand that now and take that step now are going to be the leaders for tomorrow. This train is leaving the station. We are going to get to this destination. And those companies, those innovators that are on board are going to be the leaders in the industry to come.
And what do you see as the challenges for the next couple of years, besides bringing on players like the cruise line?
I think the challenges are we're still wrestling with a common global framework of a set of criteria for sustainability.
Yeah.
So we know the Global Sustainable Tourism Council, for example, and the Tourism Sustainability Council are looking at these issues of criteria. I'd like to see that move faster.
They're making good progress.
They're making
Faster
good progress, and faster would be good, but these are big issues. They're not small issues.
As every country or region that embraces a global sustainable tourism criteria tinkers with it to fit their locale, their country, their region, or their industry. There's going to be that other challenge of now how do you compare apples to apples when you look at the metric?
Well, I think that's being addressed by the team that are working on this. There's always, and built into that criteria is going to be the recognition that there will be local factors that will be relevant in certain places. For example, Antarctica versus, a rainforest. There's going to be factors in just geographic reality that require some differences. But I think the fundamental framework will be there in place for global sustainable standards. Charlie, I think that we're when I told you I was encouraged, I honestly believe we're moving forward in the industry in such a way that in a matter of just a few years, maybe 5 years, we will see the disappearance in corporations of what traditionally was referred to as CSR, corporate social responsibility, the old model of kind of charitable giving and so on. And I think we're going to see that replaced across the board of departments of sustainability in a much more holistic and integrated approach between business and sustainability. And I would predict that we'll see that on a much more significant scale, really in as few as 5 years.
Well, I hope so.